is Crystal with Pineapple Papers, and welcome to day 2 of Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches 5. So today's sketch is from Inspired Blueprints, and this is a super fun sketch because it is very simple and there are so many different ways that you can make it your own. So the first thing that I saw when I looked at this sketch was the big square. So that big square could be interpreted so many different ways. So I'm super excited to see how the other girls interpret it. So it could very well just be a sketchy border. It could be some stitching, anything like that. So I take it as another piece of paper. So we'll see how the other girls take it. So the other super fun thing is all of these banners. So I grabbed this Just Be You paper that I have in my How to Kill a Kit with Style kit for the month of April. And I took the front sheet. So a lot of collection packs have kind of this front sheet to kind of give you an idea of what is in it. And it usually has like strips of what the papers are. So this particular collection does have cut aparts on the other side, but I know that, some collections, they don't always. So don't throw that piece of paper away, that piece of packaging, because it's totally usable. So I just took a strip and now I have trimmed them all apart, and I am going to fishtail banner all of these. So I am not sure if I make you watch it all. I was kind of in the groove, so there could very well have been a point that I just left it in. So I am like super lazy, and I just bend the edge in half and then go from corner to kind of center where it is folded. And that's how I make my banner. Now, the crazy thing with this was I thought, oh, I'm going to try two at once. Like, I can do this. But then for some reason, I wasn't strong enough. So I had to let go of the little piece of paper and then use 2 hands to cut the paper. And so then the papers went flying. So I was able to find them barely, but I found them. So if you're going to use this method, I would recommend to hold on to the paper with one hand and use the scissors with the other, and only cut one at a time, unless you're like have a super strong grip and not like weakling like I am. So now that those are all cut, that's kind of how they're gonna go. Like, I didn't have really any rhyme or reason to the pattern, and I was totally good with just keeping it in the order that it was on the sheet. But if that wasn't the order, that was okay too. So I'm looking for a title. This particular photo is a family photo, which, seem to be all selfies lately, but that's okay. At least we're all in there. And this is where we were at the blowhole in Mexico. So this was like before the gust of water came up. So we just took a cute little photo. So in the sketch, it looks like the photo kind of goes on top, but I didn't want to put mine on top. So mine's going to kind of snuggle into those banners. And then it looks like it's got some, it could be stitching. That's kind of how I was reading it. It could be like rhinestones or something. But I decided I didn't want to stitch, but I did want like kind of that fabric-y look. So I went through my ribbons, and honestly, I hardly have any ribbons left. I just don't use them. Like back in the day, I used ribbons and buttons and brads and fabric flowers. Like that was my jam, but not anymore. Now they just sit pretty on my little shelf, all color coordinated and rainbow form. So now they just look pretty. So I just grabbed these 2 pieces and layered them on top of each other and just put some glue. Now you do see the line of glue through the yellow, and I'm totally okay with that. It doesn't bother me. I know in the close-ups you will kind of see that. So as far as embellishing goes, now that I have my title that says Hello Smile, which I just thought was appropriate for a selfie, and I had thought about like separating it, but I just figured it fit together better up at the top. So those are there with some chipboard hearts, and I am going to use a couple of stickers from a couple of the sticker sheets I have. So I'm going to make a cluster kind of down there in the bottom right hand corner, and I put that tag kind of in that awkward space under the H and the E before the smile starts, just so it didn't look like trapped space. And down in the bottom, I grabbed 2 tickets. Even though they say spring and we weren't there in spring, I thought the tickets themselves were kind of a great idea. And then that little piece says smile. It's the prettiest thing you have on. And then I wanted to bring that navy blue down as well. So I used that heart and the chipboard hearts and that little arrow to kind of cover that same trap space between the 2 titles. And that is going to do it for my layout today. So day 2 done. Make sure that you head down below and check out all of the ladies' takes, Christy, Daisy, Moira, and Shannon, and see what they have done with this sketch. Also, if you'd like to play along, you can use the hashtag 30DSCBL5. So that's going to do it for today. Remember to wear your crown, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.